So let's all venture back for a second to when Donald Trump was running for president. Remember, he was saying that if he were president, there is no way that there would be any wars. There wouldn't be a war between Russia and Ukraine. There wouldn't be a war between Israel and Gaza. There wouldn't be any wars because he knew the things to say that would make sure he could prevent any wars from happening. Then he was saying if he became president, he would end those wars within 24 hours of becoming president. Remember, he said all these things on the campaign trail. Then he became president, and he didn't end the war in 24 hours. And then he kept on going around saying, these wars would have never started if I were president. It's only because Joe Biden was president, and he's Sleepy Joe, and he's incompetent, and yada, 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 right? During the time Donald Trump was saying all this about wars never starting if he were president, Pakistan and India got into a war with each other. So Donald Trump never ended the war in 24 hours, didn't do anything about that, said that wars wouldn't happen if he became president. Meanwhile, a war happened while he was president. And it was funny because Donald Trump basically ignored that war, pretty much acted like it didn't happen because he didn't want to have to say that a war started while he was president. So then today, he posts this tweet that says he negotiated a ceasefire between Pakistan and India. Then they both basically came out and said, what the hell is he talking about? He didn't negotiate anything. We already had this deal in the works.
Good afternoon from Washington. Welcome to Alex Witt Reports. I'm Christina Ruffini in today for Alex. We're going to start this hour with breaking news and a big announcement from the White House. President Trump says a new ceasefire deal has been reached between India and Pakistan, brokered by the United States. Trump claimed involvement on Truth Social today, but India's Ministry of Information said the ceasefire was negotiated directly between the two countries.
And then 4 hours later, they went back to war. So Donald Trump says wars won't start if he's president. Then wars start while he's president. Then he lies and says he negotiated a ceasefire. They say he didn't, and then they go back to war. So my question, as always, is why is Donald Trump so goddamn incompetent? Why is he the laughingstock of the entire world? Imagine Pakistan and India sitting there going, why is this guy saying he negotiated a ceasefire when we know he didn't? And then imagine them going back to war, and all the other countries who Donald Trump has said would never go to war if he were president are sitting back and laughing their ass off at the president of the United States of America. I've said this many times. They probably have the funniest inside jokes about Donald Trump whenever he walks into a room or leaves a room, and in some cases, probably in front of his face because he's too damn dumb to even realize when they're all making fun of him. This dude is a joke to everyone. He just came out and said he negotiated a ceasefire that never happened, and those two countries are still at war with each other. My goodness, every day I think it cannot get worse than it was yesterday, and then it does. We have the most incompetent, asinine president in the history of this country. And I said what I said, period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in they heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.